Good morning, campers. It's a glorious morning. Today is Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. It is 6:07 a.m. and I am doing a solo hike in New Hampshire. We are staying here in North Conway, New Hampshire, for a week with the family. The family is currently sleeping, and we are within striking distance of Echo Lake State Park. So, I'm taking advantage of this and going to walk to Echo Lake State Park. From there, I'm going to do, not quite sure how long, anywhere between 5, 6, 6.5 miles, depending on my time. And we are going to hike up to White Horse Ledge, around Echo Lake itself. Following that, if there's time, I'm going to hike over to Cathedral Ledge, which we went up the other day with the kids, but it was all socked in. And yeah, sun came up very early this morning. It's like 5:27 or something. Normally I would walk on the other side of the road, but you can see the sign for the road I need is right there. So I'm not going to cross the street just to cross it again. And yeah, special thanks to my wife for this opportunity this morning. We weren't doing anything this morning. Later this morning, around 10, we're going to leave to go to Crawford Notch State Park and climb Mount Willard with the family, which there'll be a video of that as well. First family hike ever in New Hampshire. But right now we're doing this. So not much to report here. Oh, there's a sign that says bear crossing. And we'll report back when we get to Echo Lake State Park. Peace. We are now entering Echo Lake State Park. No one's here, and it's not open yet. See the trails up there. It's going to be a very warm day today. But you know what? In the shade, it's not too bad. Old man in the mountain, God bless. I think the trailhead's over there. I want the Echo Lake Trail. Echo Lake Trail's that way. I gotta make sure I go the right way. White Horse Ledge that way, okay. Everything's that way. What's the point of the sign if there's nothing that way? Literally everything you want to go to is this way. You could just put a sign that says all trails this way. Alright. Welcome back to New Hampshire. All these blazes are marked yellow, according to the map, which I don't really like that, because I can't tell which is which, but it's pretty straightforward, so we're going to figure this out. Ooh, a little rat's nest in here. Okay. Where the heck do we go? No bikes. What did that say? I'm going the right way. Echo Lake Trail. Let's go look at Echo Lake while we're here. There's a swimming hole over here. I don't know if I'd swim in this. Wow. That is Cathedral Ledge right there. That is White Horse Ledge up there, I believe. So I'm going to go up there, walk across to there, and then come back down this way. All right. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. No noise here. This is great. Wow. All right. I'm going to go back in the woods and figure this out. Peace. All right, it's like 6:28. I'm leaving the Echo Lake Trail. I'm going on a Bryce Path into the woods until I find the Cathedral Ledge, or not Cathedral Ledge, White Horse Ledge Trail. So I did run into a lady already. She was having a nice pleasant morning this morning. Says I've gone just under a mile from the house. Don't know how accurate that is. I can hear the 302, the road, because of the inversion this morning, plus the sound bouncing off the cliffs. But other than that, it is really quiet out here, so I'll check in when we get to the White Horse Ledge Trail. Alright, I have to stop here because you don't see this ever in the White Mountains State Parks of New Hampshire. This looks like a rusted out truck frame. I don't know why this is here. Literally nothing else around. Look at this. Why is this here? What does it say on it? Anything? I mean, it's been graffiti and whatnot, but that's kind of weird, right? I mean, this is definitely wide enough to have been some type of a road at some point, but you do not see that ever. Anyway, that's my story. It's 6:32. All right, here we are. Bryce Path that way. That goes to Cathedral Ledge. I'm gonna be going this way up to White Horse Ledge. White Horse Ledge, 0.5 miles. Pretty sure it's farther than that. Yeah, all right. I just passed some poop. Definitely not a dog. Definitely not a deer. I guess it's a bear. Maybe a moose. Moose probably poops more than that, but it was a lot. So we're gonna go. Which way are you supposed to go? Oh, I see the arrow. Ha! Cut that tree down. All right. No more messing around. See you soon. All right. It's 6:55. Taking a break. I just stripped down, and I am a sweaty beast. It is humid. It's not super hot, but it's humid. So the trail goes that way. Cool parts of the trail. Big chunks of granite down here, probably that fell off the ledge over the years. Had to go shimmy through one earlier. That was cool. It took a while to finally get any elevation here, but I'm about 2 miles in, and yeah, the ledge is like right here. So clearly I'm not going up that. I think I'm gonna shimmy up the side here and then go over, because I'm not rock climbing today. All right, up and at 'em. I just made a little detour. I came up this way, and I went that way because like, the trail keeps going that way. Well, suddenly I was like, where's the blazes? And I was almost at the foot of the ledge, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. So I looked at all trails, and there is a side trail there that just ends at the ledges. So I hiked down a little bit, and there's the trail that way with the blaze. So, whoopsies, no big deal. All right, it's 7:19. I've gone 3 miles, taking a break here. Man, I am sweating profusely. It is so humid, so humid. I packed my water this morning, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna need this much water. It's like 1.5 liters. Yeah, right. It'll be gone by the time I get home. So this is actually a really cool part. I was hiking down there, coming up, kind of like coming up around this side of the ledge, and all of a sudden it got dark. Not dark like nighttime, but dark like I can't see the sun but through the trees anymore. And it's because the ledge is over here, and the sun is still behind the ledge here, so the ledge is blocking the sun from me. And it's really neat because as soon as I got back here, there's a slight, you can see it here, there's a slight breeze coming down the hill. And that's because the sun is heating up the ground over there, and that air is rising, and it needs to be replaced somehow. Couple that with the fact that this is still cool air, so the cool air is sinking down the ledge. It's actually quite nice. Very, very subtle, but man, it takes the edge off. It's so quiet. I've been trying to make some noise in case I hear any bears. I've heard some noises, but I don't know what that is. Not a soul on this trail. Cobweb City. Yeah, all right. We will, maybe we'll see you at the top after this. Gotta be close. All right. I took this side trail. It's on the map. Not blazed, but it's on the map, and all points go to the same spot, but it looked like it went along the ledge, and I definitely want to record this because this looks like our first view on this beautiful and warm day. Hopefully I can follow the trail after this. Wow. Oh yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. On a clear day, you can see Mount Washington out there somewhere, but a little too hazy today. Very nice. So the trail, okay, so the trail keeps going, so looks pretty easy to follow, despite no blazes. I had to change batteries on my camera. I think I need a new GoPro. These batteries stink. Looks like there's nothing up there. It's just a bunch of trees. The trail goes back this way, so all right. We'll probably check back in at the ledge. Here's our second viewpoint. Really glad I took this unmarked trail along the top of the ledge here. Love me a good granite slab. The trail's very easy to follow, despite the fact that there's no blazes. I don't know what mountain that is, but there's a rocky up there. Wow, what a morning. It's gonna be a hot one. Like 7 inches from a minty sun, or whatever the song that goes. Okay. That's the road I walked in on, so we're staying over there somewhere, maybe? Maybe it's over there. I think it's over there. All right. It's 7:35. Gotta pick it up. Heck yeah, here we go. Love me a good granite slab in the White Mountains. Had a couple, but not this big. It's 7:42. Huh, doing this one-handed is interesting. Oh yeah, right up. Yes, sir. Don't know where the trail goes from here. Hopefully it's up here. No view, but don't care. Gotta watch the periphery here. I guess the trail goes back in. I miss it. Whew. Between the humidity and the heat and having a slight cold, I'm out of breath. All right, this is not the top. The ledge has views, but oh wow. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Let's let's check the old map here. I usually always print out the map. And I do not okay. It says I can go to it that way. Kind of in a rat's nest here, so let's figure that out. Anyway, I was saying I usually print out the map because you don't want to rely on GPS internet. There's a blaze. But this was impromptu. I was not planning on doing this, number one. Number two, you know, I'm right next to North Conway, so there really wasn't a real possibility of losing service up here. Oh wow, that breeze is nice. Look at this. This is neat. Made it worth it getting up at 5:15 this morning to do this. A little blaze, okay. All ablaze. With its rat's nest. I gotta go down that. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, this way. Or that way. Yeah, I'm not going down that. Ooh, even this. Let's do this without breaking an ankle, shall we? Oh boy. Okay, got that. Okay. Now what? Talk to me, Matt. Go down. I go down. Okay. Yeah, it's like a nest in here. You never know where the ledge itself is. You just kind of go into the edge until you're at the edge. I think it's right over there. Looks like a trail over here. There is. This might be my best bet over here. I guess it's just kind of choose your own adventure in here. This is definitely a small trail. See, nobody can really get to this ledge. You know, like Cathedral Ledge you can drive up or hike up. There's fences everywhere. I don't want people to die. Here, I think this is it. Oh, heck yeah. Wow. Yep, this is it. Look at that ledge. There's Echo Lake down there. So we're staying in there somewhere. Wow, I'm not going down that. Wow. Good morning. Oh, by the way, it's what time is it? 7:47. A lot of tall mountains here. A lot of tall ones out there too. I'm facing, which direction am I facing? This is northwest. That's north over there. There's a Crawford Notch over there for sure. Wowza. Very nice. Very nice. That is Cathedral Ledge over there. I'm not going over there. I will be hiking that and then down and back. I don't have time this morning. So, good morning. Great morning. Took me an hour 40 to get up here. And it's going to be a hot day, I can already tell. So, we'll check in on the way down. So the trail up this way is actually kind of cool. And I like this because you can see where I was up there. Made it down pretty fast, only 8:11. But yeah, this is a cool trail up. I'm glad I did the other way just because, you know, a little bit longer, but this would have been a good way up too. So good to know. Trail goes that way. Let's go. All right, we reached the call, CLL. I just came from this way, 0.4 to White Horse Ledge. Cathedral Ledge is 0.3 that way. We're not going to go there. We're going to take the Bryce path down. Conveniently, the distance is scratched out. I don't know how far it is, but that's where we're going to go. My plan, I'm sticking to it. Starting a little more humid. No more breeze down here. It was nice up there. Kind of cooled off a little bit, but we're making it. It's 8:18. Peace. All right, take a break here because I just came down this. I wouldn't call them straight up ladders, but they're definitely like ladder-ish. They're not quite as steep as Six Husbands, but love me a good ladder in the woods. Wasn't expecting that. This would have been a cool way to come up. All right, that was way faster. Sheesh. It's 8:30, 8:29. I made it down in half an hour. Took me, gosh, more than an hour to go up that way. I know it's longer, but man, better off going that way next time. All right, back to Echo Lake and to the road. All right, 8:51. We're about to hit 6 miles and we are done. We're all done. Not bad. There's our A-frame house that we're staying in. This private road. Saw a couple other people on the hike, but nothing crazy. Yeah. There's Cathedral Ledge up there. Didn't do that one. Yeah, good day to start the day. In about an hour here, we're gonna leave and go climb Mount Willard. So look for that video with the kids. So this concludes another White Mountain hiking adventure. Signing off. Catch you later.